Calvin Castine at the West Plattsburgh American Legion Field, Lester M. Rock Memorial Field. At the American Legion Post 1619, it's the, I guess it must be the 26th day of July 2010. And we're here for a battle in the A Division of the Adirondack Slow Pitch League. It is the 26th. I just checked my handy dandy calendar. The first place Legion Post 1619 team against the tied for second place Big Earl's Restaurant Plattsburgh Bass Club. Chris Booten is out on the ball hit too short. He got down there in a hurry. Good hustle there by Booten, but went from Jamie Moore over to Chris Castine for out number one. And now we got Kyle Perrier. It's a line shot, and Chris Castine makes a great grab. He's playing him deep. And Castine made a leaping catch and took an extra base hit away from Kyle Perrier. So now I'll bring up Jason Mayette, the left fielder, with 2 outs and nobody on here in the first. Line shot, that's a base hit for Mayette. He'll round and he'll get back. And I'll bring up for Corey Russell. Tyson Dumas on the pitching rubber. Behind the plate is Sam Lajway. Chris Castine's at first. John Southwick's at second. Shortstop is Jamie Moore. And the third base, you got Dylan Lajway. Here's Corey Russell, who will join the team for the second half of the season. It's a slow bouncer. Dumas will eat this one up. Fires to Chris Castine for the out. Scott Baker, Jared Jarvis, Dave Waldron, and Mike Castine are the outfielders for American Legion Post 1619. We're going to the bottom half of the first, scoreless in this ball game. For Big Earls, you've got Mark Tatro pitching. Chris Booten is behind the plate tonight. Corey Russell's at first. Jared Perrier is at second. Kyle Perrier is at short. Randy Eversole at third base. In the outfield, you got Jason Mayette, Donnie Laporte. Chug Hemingway's out there, and who else you got? Figure out who else is out there. Oh, Stacy Perrier. There's Mike Castine. He's leading off for the Legion. Takes a strike. Alan Rock calling the balls and strikes. Donnie Schutz up, umping on the bases. Strike 2. Tatro comes right after him. Bottom half of the first, we are scoreless on a beautiful night. Temperature about 78 degrees. Hit to Kyle Perrier. Nice pickup on a short hop over to Russell. And we have one down. That's what happened to the first batter in the top of the inning. We'll see if somebody will hit a line shot to Corey Russell. It's Jared Jarvis up. Temperature said 78 degrees at game time. Temperature in the lower to mid 80s today. Not a lot of humidity. A very nice evening. Good pickup there by Perrier. Perrier over to Russell. We had quickly 2 down. And I'll bring up the Iceman, Scott Baker. With 2 outs and nobody on. The pitch to Baker is taken for a strike. Monday evening. That's fouled. And we got a roof, but not much. Not much damage there. Came close to that sunroof portion, though. Always take your chances if you park along the fence here. Looks like a can of corn. Mayette grabs it for the third out. And we're going to go to the second inning looking for the first hit of the ball game. We are actually looking for the second hit of the ball game. I forgot about Mayette's 2-out single. So I looked down here and saw the cleanup man, Russell, coaching at first. I said, wait a minute. They did send up 4 on the top of the first. For some reason, Mark Tatros put Donnie Laporte in the number 4 position. Number 5 position. He's going to lead off here in the second. Laporte going to drive it into left center. And he'll settle for a single. And I'll bring up the extra hitter, Caleb Castine. Inside, ball 1. Ball 2. Slow comebacker. That's going to be an infield hit for Castine. Dumas trying to barehand it. Just couldn't come up with it. It's going to be an infield hit. First and second, nobody out, and Stacy Perrier, the batter. Dumas pitch. In addition to the starters, the American Legion team has an impressive bench. The ball game tonight. Short hopper to short. And Perrier beats it out. There'll be runners at the corners. On the bench for Mad Dog Castine's team are Matt Rivers, Andrew Castine, Gus Terry, Jerry Kowalowski, and Rick Dumas. That'd be a good start to anybody's lineup. Here's Randy Eversole with runners at the corners and 1 out. So chance for the first run of the game to cross right now. Eversole. Wind is blowing in from right field, by the way. Perrier will tag and go to second. Laporte will score. And it's going to be a sacrifice fly for Eversole. It's 1-0 Big Earl's Restaurant, Plattsburgh Bass Club. Now we got Jared Perrier. Dumas delivers. Can't quite know if you can see Dumas' daughter. There she is. There's little Tessa. Better watch the pitches here. People have a habit of hitting the ball when I'm not looking. Hit to third. It's a fair ball. Stacy Perrier is going to score. Jared Perrier is going to get 2 bases out of it. Give him a double. Hustling double for Jared Perrier. An RBI as Stacy Perrier scores. And it's now a 2-0 lead. And Chug Hemingway, the batter, with Mark Tatro on deck.
Come on now.
Like 2. Just missing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit up the middle. Nice stop. That's short. Throw will be not in time. Good try by Moore. Good effort. Well, Hemingway is on. Well, once again, we have runners in the corners, and this time it's going to be Mark Tatro to the plate with the top of the order to follow. 2 outs. Tatro fouls the first one out of play, strike 1. Too much arc. 7th batter of the inning. 2 in, 2 on, 2 outs. 1 at the plate. That's out of play. That's strike 2. He's going to have to keep the next one in play. Foul ball, 3rd strike. Out of play is an out. It's it right smack dab up the middle. Hemingway stops at second. Tatro on the RBI single and makes it 3-0. Now Chris Booten, for some reason, probably his batting average, moved up to the top of the order tonight. Tatro's shaking up the lineup. But Boutin flies out to shallow left center field in the inning. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the second. It's a 3-0 lead for Big Earls. John Southwick, the batter. He's going to lead off the bottom half of the second. Makes a ball. I see Mickey Castine over there. He wasn't on the list that Mad Dog gave me, but Mickey is also on the bench for the Legion team. But his brother Peter's not. Peter's here enjoying the ball game. Just missed. 3-0 Earls in the second. Southwick gets a line shot. It's going to drop in. And you have a leadoff single. Now we got the extra hitter, Justin Sample. Alan Rock telling him how far back he can get. There's no lined batter's box here. That's popped up. And, oh, missed him. Looked like it was going to hit the windshield on that red one, but landed between them. We're always looking for broken windows and big dents. Russell knocks it down. He goes to second. Kyle Perrier is there for the force. Russell stuck with it. At least he tapped it towards second, so he was able to get the force. Without a force, I think Sample would have been safe. Here's Chris Castine. He's safe anyway, but I think he would have reached without the force, without there being an out. Three nothing to score, 1 out. At the bottom of the second. Right. Too much arc. Line shot, Randy Ebersole says, how do you like that, Chris Castine? Chris Castine did a similar but a little bit better catch in the first inning. That was nothing to sneeze at right there. Nice job by the old timer, Randy Ebersole at third base. Now we got Dave Waldron. He takes a strike. 2 outs, man at first. We're in the second inning, a lot of ball game to go. Line shot, that looks playable. Mayette drifts over, hauls it in. It's 4 up, 3 down. Legion has their first hit. But they trail 3-0 after 2 full here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Top half of the third, it's 3-0. Kyle Perrier is going to lead off for Big Earls Restaurant, Plattsburgh Bass Club. Pitch from Dumas. Perrier looks at a strike. It's the second pitch into right center. And he'll be on with a leadoff single. Now left fielder Jason Mayette. Makes takes the ball. Stays playable. It's going to be trouble. It's going to be out of play. Trouble out-wise rather than base hit-wise. Line shot, and Waldron is that Jarvis? Jarvis is there, makes the catch.
Last time you said he was trying to go your way.
Corey Russell, that little dribbler. Back in the first inning, hits a line shot, and Jarvis is back, hauls it in. Corey tags and goes to second, 2 outs. Donnie Laporte started that 3-run rally in the last inning. He's going to step up there now with 2 outs. And man in scoring position. It's it through the left side. This should score Kyle Perrier. And Laporte will settle for another single. That'll bring up Caleb Castine. Inside. 4-0 now in favor of Big Earls. Strike.
Stay hot. Come on.
3-1. That's playable. Left center is grabbed for the out. And we're going to the bottom of the third. It's 4-0 Big Earls. Dylan Lajway at the plate takes a strike to start the bottom half of the third inning. Team down 4-0. There's a strike. 1-2 the count. Tatro checks his defense. Right down the third base line. Lashway will go to second with a stand-up double. A nice hit by Lashway right down the third base line. Now shortstop Jamie Moore will step to the plate. Ball 1. Off Tatro's glove. Ball's still in play. On and off Tatro's glove, Jared Perrier tried to hustle it, threw it right between the shoes of Russell.
Jamie, good hard hit, baby.
So Moore is on at second. Run number 1 has crossed for Legion post 16-19, and Sam Lajway is at the plate.
You don't want to put this in.
That's hit to Kyle Perrier. Russell's going to fire to third. He's out. Double play. Double play. Good throw by Russell. Nice tag by Eversole, and Moore is out. Mickey can't believe it. So it's 2 down and nobody on, and Tyson Dumas, the batter. And the pitch from Tatro. Dumas takes it for a ball. His daughter's watching, without much interest, I might add. Strike 2. Fly ball. Playable in left. Wyatt grabs it. A run For Legion 16-19, after 3 full, we're going to the top of the 4th. It's 4-1, Big Earl's Restaurant leading the Legion. Stacy Perrier thought about taking a swipe at that first pitch. Instead, he let it land for a strike. It's a comebacker to Dumas. He'll take a short toss over to Chris Castine. We've got 1 down. Now the batter is Randy Ebersole. Strike 1. And a corn to left center. Jarvis under it. 2 down. And I'll bring up the second baseman, Jared Perrier. 2 outs, nobody on. He'll take a strike. Through the left side, base hit for Jared Perrier. He's always going to look for 2, but he wisely stays at first. Chuck Hemingway steps in. He looks at strike 1. 2 down, the man at first. Soft fly ball. A great catch, a very nice catch indeed by Jared Jarvis. That hung up just long enough for him to make a diving, rolling catch for the 3rd out. So that'll pick up his team as they come into bat. They trail 4-1. We're halfway through this one. We're in beautiful downtown West Plattsburgh on this July 26th.
Go, guys, come on! Here we go!
Michael Castine leading off the Legion half of the 4th. A 1-1 count. 4-1 the score. Hit to Ebersole, knocks it down and pulls a muscle. Pulled a muscle. He was limping already and he had to stretch to try to pick that one up, and he has pulled a muscle. He might want to stay in, but they might want to just switch him around a little bit. Let him become the EH. Put Corey Russell at 3rd. Put Jared Jarvis at 1st. Booten at 2nd. Caleb Castine behind the plate. But they're going to stick with him. And line shot, double play. Holy cow. Holy cow. Jared Jarvis hit a bullet back to Tatro. Tatro showing the reflexes of a 50-year-old. Hauled that one in and turned it into a DP. So Jarvis wasn't up there very long. And we got 2 outs. And this is Scott Baker. Ball 1. Strike. Line shot, that's a base hit for Baker. He'll have a single, 2-out single. Cleanup man John Southwick at the plate. A few years back, he'd be heading for that fence every time, but he's learned how to adjust his swing here and take appropriate cuts and not head for the fence every time. So overall, he's become a much better, well-rounded hitter. And he just drops a single into, whoop! Fortunately for Baker, the throw didn't go to 2nd. He put the brakes on because he saw the throw was going to go to 3rd. So if it had gone to 2nd, he may not have put the brakes on. But he is back in. And just like that, the potential Tying run is at the plate in this 4-1 ball game. It's Justin Sample, the extra hitter. 2 outs. Pitch to Tatro. Inside, ball 1. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Sample hits a high fly ball. Hemingway is under it. Squeezes it for the out. And after 4 full, that number 4 in the middle will be changing to number 5. It will be going to the 5th. It's 4-1. Big Earl's leading. There's Tessa. We are in the top of the 5th. Mark Tatro, and then the top of the order for Big Earls and the Bass Club. Tatro hits a shot to right center field. Dave Waldron catches up with it. We have 1 out. Well hit ball by Tatro, but it hung up there just a little too long. Now here's Chris Booten. Moved into the leadoff spot tonight. He takes a strike. Dumas to Castine. 2 down. And get this to Kyle Perrier. Perrier hits the first offering into left field. He will stay at first. Jason Mayette pops it up. And let the records show that had that ball been dropped, Mayette would have been out at first because he was heading back to the dugout. They could have rolled that ball to first base and gotten him out. No excuse for that. You pop it up, you run it out, and somebody on that team ought to be reminding him of that. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 4-1.
Let's go!
Christopher Castine at the plate. Leading off the bottom of the 5th. The team down by 3. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball 2. Both teams have hitters all through the lineup. Strike. Hit to third. Ebersol fires to Russell. He's got some kind of a hamstring, I think, there that needs attending to. I was wondering if he's going to be able to put enough on that ball. He did it from the waist up. Got very little help from the bottom half of his body in that throw. There's Dave Waldron. Hit to Kyle Perrier. Over to Corey Russell. 2 down. Dylan Lajway, he scored. I think he's the guy who scored the only run of the game thus far for Legion 16-19. Airplane flying over. Reminded me of my old days at South Acres next to the base. Always had planes flying over. And they were always the ones that were on our side. Strike. 2-2. Donnie Laporte made it look easy. After 5 full, it remains 4-1. Big Earl's Restaurant, Plattsburgh Bass Club leading the #1 team in the league. American Legion post 16-19. Corey Russell at the plate, leading off the. He's out. Leading off the top of the 6th. He's out by a fraction of a step. Donnie Laporte would have been on. And speaking of Donnie Laporte, there he is. Too much art. Foul ball. Laporte trying to go the opposite way. And he does. Hits it by Lajway. And he's got his 3rd single. He's just toying with the boys. Now Caleb Castine. First pitch to him is a base hit up the middle. Laporte will stop at second.
Nice shot, buddy. Make sure it's through the infield.
There's Stacy Perrier. 1 out, 2 on. A slow bouncer to second. Southwick tried to hurry it. Laporte dancing around, daring him to throw. Southwick tried to hurry it.
Come on, Randy, base here, Randy, come on.
And I'm going to give Perrier an infield hit on that one. The bags are full. And Randy Ebersol with that bad hamstring, anything on the ground could be a double play, so he's got to, with 1 out, put this ball in the air. He's got Laporte at 3rd who can fly, and that'll get him in. As grabbed by Jarvis. And Laporte scores to make it 5-1. The other 2 held up. No sense in getting thrown out for the 3rd out. Not allowed, not run to score. So Laporte scores, 1st and 2nd. And Jared Perrier the batter. And the pitch. Dumas's pitch. Strike 2. Dumas ahead 0-2. Perrier hits it into right field, and the right center fielder Waldron grabs. He forgot the situation here. He was looking to get a runner. That's 3 down. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-1. Big Earl's leading.
Nice shot, let's go, find your swing, let's go.
One little 4-run rally separates these 2 teams as Jamie Moore steps in to lead off the 6th. Pops it up. Corey Russell reaches high and yanks it in. Good job by the first baseman, 1 down. That was Jamie Moore. Not sure if I said Jamie Moore or called him something else. That was Jamie Moore. This is Sam Lajway. There's a lot of spin on this one. It's going to be a base hit. And a line drive in the scorebook. Lajway will take it. Here's Gus Terry. He's batting for Tyson Dumas.
Hey, help him shoot.
He takes a strike.
Let's go. Wake up. 1 out.
Terry hits a high fly ball. They decided Mayette will grab it. There'll be no advance, so we have 2 down. More running for Lajway. Top of the order now, Mike Castine. And it's a 5-1 score here in the 6th. It's a shot up the middle. That'll be first and second.
Battle, Jared, come on!
Jared Jarvis, our batter. Tatro delivers. Line shot that should drop in. It does. And run number 2 is going to score. His throw going to third. What's Tatro doing? Taking it out of Eversole's glove. He should be backing him up. And the throw going to third allows Jarvis to go to second. Puts him in scoring position. Keeping that force on. Keeping the runner on first is a better throw 90% of the time than going to third base. You're not going to get the guy anyway. Here's Scott Baker. He hits a can of corn. Port says he's got it. And it's 5-2 after 6 full. We're heading for the 7th. We got a 3-run ball game. (5-2) in the 7th. A Big Earl's Restaurant, Plattsburgh Bass Club, leading American Legion post 16-19 on a very, very pleasant day in the North Country. Start of a very pleasant week, according to the weather forecasters. Here's Chug Hemingway. He's leading off for Earls. 1-1. Popped up. Southwick should have it on the outfield grass. 1 down. Now Mark Tatro. Strike 1. That's a base hit. Tatro will stop at first. And Hemingway will run for him. There's Chris Booten. Moved to the leadoff spot, and pressure got to him tonight so far. Hits this one out of play. Nope, in play, but out of reach. 5-1 to score, 5-2 to score, 5-2 in the 7th. A win for Earls will put him in a tie for first, 3-way tie with the Legion and the Labatt's. Line shot to Chris Castine, playing quite a ways off the bag. He made the catch, but nobody to throw to because he's the first baseman. So Hemingway retreats. Booten 0 for 4 in his move to the top of the batting order. He said prior he likes to bat low because it hits better down there. Psychological. Here's Kyle Perrier. It's caught by Baker in left field. So nothing across for Big Earl's Restaurant and the Plattsburgh Bass Club. They're hanging on to a scant 5-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th. With the heart of the order coming up for American Legion post 16-19, so don't go away.
Let me back at this line. Come on! Let's go, guys. Don, let's go.
3 runs is nothing in slow pitch, but you'd rather have that 3-run lead than a 3-run deficit. John Southwick at the plate, number 3 hitter, lead off. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Legion here in the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th. They haven't had a lot of hits, so maybe they're going to bunch them up here in the 7th. There's a strike. On deck, Justin Sample. Southwick hits it on the ground. Kyle Perrier, nice spin move over to Corey Russell. What a nice play by Kyle Perrier. Very, very nice job. 1 down. That'll get us to Justin Sample with Chris Castine on deck. Sample hits a line shot. That's a base hit. Now gets us to Christopher Castine with Dave Waldron on deck. Pitch from Tatro is outside for a ball. 1 out. 5-2 the score in the bottom of the 7th. High fly ball. It looks playable for Mayette. He grabs 2 down. Sample doesn't even bother to budge. You don't want your last out of the game coming on trying to advance on a base on an out. 2 down. But we've seen lots of 2-out rallies. And it's up to Dave Waldron to start one here for the Legion if they're going to remain in first, all alone in first place, I should say. There's a strike. It could drop. It could drop. No. Chug Hemingway hustles over, makes the catch. And it's a 5-2 victory, a real defensive battle. Both clubs have to be proud of their defense tonight. When all the dust settles, it's a victory for Big Earl's Restaurant and the Plattsburgh Bass Club. One of their 3 losses came at the hands of Legion Post 16-19 earlier in the season, and the other 2 have come against Labatt's. So for the moment, it looks like it's a 3-way tie for first place. So that's the way it was on this July 26, 2010 at the West Plattsburgh American Legion Field. A division action in the Adirondack Slow Pitch League. Thanks for watching. And for the very few of you, I don't see too many ball players out there who support hometown cable. Very few of you who support viewer-supported local television, hometown cable. Win, lose, or draw, this is TV that's really worthy of your support.
26 is the one I get. Dogfight right now.